Yeah.
Pete, you know that we're live, right?
I heard that. You see Ricky Moultrie with his workouts?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
So he grabbed the weights, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna do the behind the thing, and his weights over here slid. But he's in the basement, so he goes, somebody was there. So he goes, look at this. And it was the weight that moved down. So he had the music up. There you go. Well, this is it. I thought this is 11 hours ago. How about this one?
Easy, buddy.
What?
We're gonna do that when we go.
When we go?
Yeah, when we go live.
We're not live yet.
Well, it's live now, but I'm saying when we start, you're gonna do it. I'm gonna put you through like 15-minute warm up.
It says, all the scorpions are long tail. So all the states welcoming you back up. Please don't travel to New Jersey. Because we on punishment.
I saw it.
And we can't have no company.
All right, we're back at it today, Tuesday, April. I'm not sure what it is. I think 28th. With our live class tonight. Today we're focusing on single leg finishes. We'll probably go through four or five different finishes that we could use, mostly on the mat. That's normally where we can get stuck a lot, is on the mat and on a single leg. And then if you guys want me to go over some finishes with a single leg off the mat, then just type in and let me know. Right now, I want to say hi to my twins, Omar, Olivia, who are watching. Hey guys, Daddy loves you. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you enjoyed my video today. So I'm gonna put Tyler through probably a 15-minute workout right now that you guys can do. 15-20-minute workout that you guys can do at home. And then we'll get into those single leg finishes, okay? So at home, what I'm gonna ask Tyler to do is he's gonna go probably, let's see, let's go 8 goes. He's gonna go 8 1-minute goes, 1 minute jump rope, 1 minute stance in motion, 1 minute jump rope, 1 minute stance in motion. So he's gonna do that 8 times. So that means that he's gonna go 4 minutes jump rope and then 4 minutes of stance in motion. I'm gonna put a timer on so that you can hear this. You can switch on the zone here. We got 8 rounds, 1 minute goes, 10-second rest, okay? 10-second rest in between, and then we start it all over again. Ready, Tom?
Yeah.
So, if you guys don't have a jump rope, do yourself a favor and go ahead and get one. Jumping rope is really, really good for developing footwork. That's obviously pretty important in wrestling. Again, 1 minute jump rope, 1 minute stance in motion. So right now he's gonna get his heart rate up, probably start to sweat a little bit, get loose, and then we'll get into our technique for the day. Motion, go. Wide open. As Tyler does his stance in motion, just pay attention to his position, stays in the stance all the time, moving his hand. You can actually kind of visualize and see what he's trying to do with his hand, if there was an opponent. So stance in motion is a great conditioning tool. It's also a great technique tool. That promotes visualization, and then, just being able to stay in your stance. You start developing how you want to move. You create your own motions that way. Just a great tool. 3, 2, 1, time. Back to jump rope. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hi, Omar. See you. Seconds. Seconds.
10 more seconds.
Yeah.
I just don't like 10 seconds.
And time. 10 seconds. Hold on. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Somebody else have done. Make sure you can do math.
Thank you, Olivia. Thank you. 20. 15. 4, 3, 2, 1, time. 10 seconds. We got 4 minutes. And go.
Oh my God.
We got 4 more, yeah? So right now he has 2 more jump rope goes, 2 more stance and motions. Seconds. Come on,
20 or 10?
10 now. Three, 2, 1, time. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Thirty. Actually, 40.
What did you say?
46.
You said 10 before.
30 now. 20. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. 1 more set of jump ropes, 1 more set of stance and motion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Seconds. I didn't mention this before we started. If you don't have a jump rope, then find a line at home. It's too late now, but find a line at home and just kind of hop back and forth. Hop back and forth for a minute, hop front to back, sideways, alternate feet, crisscross feet. You could do jumping jacks for a minute. Anything that gets you hopping a little bit for that duration of a minute. 2, 1, time. 10 seconds. Yep. Last stance in motion. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. $40. 30. 20. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Good. We'll let Tyler grab a drink. You guys right now, if you're following us at home, can go ahead and grab a drink really quick. I'm going to take him through 1 more exercise, and then we'll get into our single leg offense or finishing. But I hope you guys are, those of you that have been tuning in to our classes, I hope that you're enjoying them. Right now, at this moment, we're really just going off of things that kind of pop into my head. I would love some feedback from you guys on something specific that you would want to see, in our classes. If not, we just go the way we're going. And every Tuesday and Thursday, just touch on a couple different positions, and go from there. So for you guys following at home, we're gonna go 25 repetitions. Tyler's gonna go fast feet, down block, and then go ahead and just take a double leg. Right? Fast feet, down block, go ahead and in on a double leg. So he's gonna go on his own right now, 25 times fast feet, 2 hands to the mat on a down block, and then in on that shot right after he comes back to his feet. 25.
My favorite one.
You want something? Just 25 on fast feet, down block. And then we're gonna shot. 25.
Fast feet.
Down block, go. Good. Good. 4. All right. Keep it down. Go. Keep it down. Good. Again, this is just to get his feet moving. Right now, we're also just kind of getting him to bend his knees a little bit, so we can get ready to go. How many are?
1, 2.
We've got like 10.
I'll take.
We've got 10, 12. Good. 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 Come on. Give me like 2 or 3, just like a snatch. So for those of you who don't have the luxury of having a mat at home, and maybe you don't have any carpet, or you have a thin carpet, and it's going to probably hurt your knee or knees to go ahead and actually take that shot. The other thing that you could do versus penetrating and dropping to your knee is just stepping in for a snap single. So fast feet down and just step in on snap single. Do it like 3 times. Down, quick step. Okay, again. Right, and again. He's concentrating on when he gets to that snatch single that his level stays low. Right? After he down blocks, he's getting to that step and his body staying down. Again, very important to visualize the positions that we have to be in. Not really have to be in, but we're supposed to be in order to execute, the techniques that we wanna get into.
Oh, you gave you. Yeah, 18.
Oh, see, that's for you. Okay, one more exercise. We'll do 10 of these, and again, this is just to create kind of motion, and kind of start developing how he wants to move. So I'm really big on concentrating on keeping one leg in front. I have my reasons for it. Those being, I give my opponent one option to shoot at, right? So for me, one leg gives my opponent three different options: single leg, high crotch, double leg, head to the side. If I stand square and go this way, then I give my opponent now six options, and I have to guess which leg he wants to come at. So for those of you that are watching, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and kind of concentrate on one foot staying forward. If you want to switch your feet, that's fine, but make sure that they stay in front. So the motion he's going to go through right now is concentrating on this front leg. Okay, he's going to pivot around this front leg, so my toes pointing to my opponent all the time. He's going to pivot around, that back leg swings, and then we'll go snatch single from there. Okay, back leg swings, go snatch single. So I'm always thinking about being able to go ahead and push an attack, loading up that back leg, so that when I'm ready to go, I can go ahead and snatch that single or whatever type of shot I want to take. So what does this look like with a partner? If you have the luxury of having a partner at home, what it looks like is I'm getting some type of inside control. I'm controlling his an inside and a head, whatever it is, and my lead leg is here, and I want to go ahead and swing my opponent so that I can go ahead and change level and be able to attack. Okay, my lead leg stays in front so that I don't have to keep switching my feet, and it takes a little bit longer to go ahead and get that attack off. So I'm shaving a little bit of time. It's not a lot of time. It may be a second or two, but in wrestling, a second or two is a lot of time. Okay, so again, what does it look like? I have him here. Let's get to this angle. I have him here. I want to go ahead, if this is my lead leg, I back step around it. I'm ready to go, and then I can go ahead and get to an attack. So right now, he's going to do it on his own. He's going to go ahead and his lead foot, load up that back foot, go ahead and change level, and snatch single 10 times. Yep. Make sure you load that back foot up. Big swing, good. 5 more. Four more. 2 more. 3 more.
Your back is right.
That's a 4. And then I went to 2. 2 more. Good.
You don't have your brain anymore.
1 more. Huh?
You don't have your brain anymore. That's why.
I left it in the car. I left it in the car since yesterday. I bought it yesterday before I went home, and I left it in the car until I go back and get it.
You're calling right there now?
No, it was when I went home. So I bought it on the way home. Okay, so that's our warm up. That's about 24 minutes. Again, it's always good to be able to break a sweat, get your heart rate going before you start working out. You don't want to start a workout cold where you can get injured and maybe pull something. So make sure it's important every time before you train, good 20, 25 minute warm up where you're kind of simulating match situations and just kind of breaking a sweat and taking it from there. So single leg finishes. There are a couple of positions that wrestlers kind of tend to get stuck in. You have a question? What do we got here?
That's your son. Hi, Tyler. 5 feet. Hey, son, or your
He said,
daughter?
kick my butt. So one of the most common positions as far as single legs that we get stuck at is obviously on the mat. It's a common position to be in. Generally, our opponent's going to give us 99% of the time one look, which for the most part is going to be kind of a shin wizard. And then we'll go from some finishes from there. Again, I'm going to show you what it's supposed to look like, obviously with an opponent, and then I'll have Tyler show the technique to the move, on his own for those of you that don't have a partner at home and you're able to go and do this on your carpet, or hopefully you have a soft mat that you can do this on. Okay, so generally what happens when we hit the sweep single, let's move back a little bit. When we get to the sweep single and he's on the mat,
Well, he doesn't bend that way anymore.
I'm trying to. Generally, when we're on the single leg, you can see Tyler right now starting to hook the shin wizard on it. And what he wants to do on this single leg is hip into me and kind of put a lot of pressure on my shoulder. So what happens is a lot of times we let go of this knee, and then this guy squares up, and now we give up this takedown because it is a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure on your shoulder when we get there. But one thing I'm going to tell you guys is it's important to wrap in front of that knee.
Keep that shoulder.
Okay, the way that I use my hands on my single legs is I kind of treat them like a fish hook. Okay, so my arms stay strong, they stay close to my body, and then I hook around that knee. And I kind of keep that position. I always want to stay above that knee to be able to stay close to him. The moment I begin, or the moment he goes and takes this hand, right? And now he starts beating it, and now I'm dropping down by his ankle. This becomes a whole nother scramble or a whole nother position that we got to try to finish. So as much as possible, I want to be able to go ahead and keep my hand in front of his knee, and I have a lot of pressure here. I want his leg to be kind of in my neck, my shoulders kind of behind his thigh. If I allow him to move my shoulder out of this position where it's in front of his knee, then I'm definitely not finishing this takedown, okay? So I don't want my shoulder in front, I want it behind, and I'm kind of hugging on his leg, okay? Hand in front, I got a good post, I got my base here, and then I'm ready to go. Basic finish from here, back step finish. I'm putting a lot of pressure with my shoulder. We call it a back step here. I don't know what everybody else calls it. But what I want to do in this position, number one, I want to definitely make sure I keep my head up. Okay, it's going to be tough from down here, but we have to keep our head up. I don't want my head down because then he's at an advantage here. I need my head up so I can kind of keep his chest up and make it harder for him to sprawl down. So what do I do from here? I take my leg, I kind of high leg back and keep my butt off the mat, right? So I'm here, I high leg back, and I keep my butt off the mat, keeping my shoulder in, and then I start backpedaling all the way to his leg. What I want to do is I want to take this leg and go ahead and table it on mine. The whole time keeping my shoulder low, okay? Once I get here, my arm is still above his knee, my other hand is by his ankle, and then my hands transfer. Ankle hand goes to the knee, the other knee hand goes to the far knee. I keep my shoulder low, and then I go ahead and put pressure and attack him down, okay? Let me move this camera down a little bit. Okay. Okay, again. So we're on his leg. I need to make sure that we concentrate on keeping that hand in front of the knee. I don't want this hand to slide down to his ankle because then there's just a lot of pressure that he's going to put on my shoulder from here. Can I finish from there? Yes, I can finish from there. It's just going to be a little more difficult because of the pressure that you're going to feel from there. So we're in on his leg. I want to make sure that when I get to his shot, I get my hand around his knee, right in front of his knee. I don't want it below his knee. I want it on his knee. My head is up, and I'm going to backstep. I'm on my toes here. I backstep. I start moving. Get my knees between his legs. Pull. Okay? Transfer. My shoulder stays low. Okay? Do yourself a favor. Don't do this. Don't do this, okay? The only thing I do by attacking his body and coming high in that position is allowing him to get a wizard back in. Okay, I need to keep my shoulder low underneath his butt. I stay tight, as tight as I can, and I transfer from knee to knee. Always attacking his knees, putting pressure on the back of his butt, a little bit lower than his butt, and then I flatten him out. Okay, so we're in on this single leg. Okay, my head is up because I don't want his chest to come down, and I start backstepping. Here, my butt is off the mat. I'm putting a lot of pressure on his thigh, and I start backpedaling. Once I get my knee here, I'm yanking his leg. Okay, I'm tabling it. I'm staying low. My left hand that's on the ankle goes to the knee. My other hand, right hand that's on the knee, goes to the far knee. And now I put a lot of pressure and go ahead and finish this takedown. Okay. I go hands down to a back step and just back pedal to kind of show that table. Okay. So what does this look like on your own? You're in here. You have your hands locked. He's gonna go ahead and back step. Start back pedal, back pedal, back pedal, back pedal, back pedal, and then go ahead and table that leg. Good, good.
At the same time, you're driving and going back pedal.
Put a lot of pressure going forward. So as I'm here and I back pedal, I'm putting pressure, I'm putting pressure, I'm putting pressure. Go ahead and keep your shoulder low when you do this. Over exaggerate this position, right? Don't get lazy here if you don't have a partner and just start tabling this and now you're up here. This is not gonna work. Okay? When you pull and you end up tabling this, if you don't have a partner, make sure we're staying low. Okay? Over exaggerate those motions. I'll tell you guys this. I don't know how many people watching have a subscription to Rockfin. On Rockfin, Jordan Burroughs has a stack of videos, and he explains this situation and how it lost him $1 million. Okay, it lost him $1 million. This one small position in Rio Games in 2016, when he was wrestling Anwar Gadayev from Russia, in I believe it's the semis or maybe the quarters. He was in this position, and he ends up getting around his leg, or he's here, and he ends up wanting to stand up, and he just extends his arm. He extends his arm, or he goes like this to try to pick this guy up, and the Russian just go ahead and kicked out. He kicked out. He missed that takedown. I think when he was in on that leg, if you watch the video, he might have had, I don't know, about less than a minute in that match. He was down by 3, I believe. So if he did it correctly, he would have finished, and then he would have got stood up again in freestyle, and probably had, I don't know, a good 30, 20 seconds left. Now, 20 seconds in a match with Jordan Burroughs coming at you, 1,000,000 miles an hour, that's hard to beat. All he would have needed was a push out, and he would have won that match, and he's on his way to trying to win another Olympic title. So as he described in the video, if you guys are not members or subscribers of Rockfin, it's $10 a month. It's a cool tool to watch and watch different videos. There's a bunch of different posters on there that are useful. So again, we'll do this quickly, and then I'm just gonna have Tyler run through it a couple times. We're in on this leg, okay? The one thing I have to say is, initially when we start, we're gonna be in front of our opponent, right? Maybe as we take the shot, maybe when we take the shot, we end up in front, okay? So what we have to do is you're gonna kind of have to suck this leg in, and I need my back elbow down in between his legs. So I suck him in, and then I get this elbow down. Okay, that's when I'm gonna wrap around in front of his knee. I'm gonna go ahead and back step, get here, pull, make sure I stay as low as I can, and then go ahead and transfer my hands and finish. Okay, so I do this, I'll have Tyler do this 5 times on me, and then he'll do it 5 times on his own so you guys can see what it looks like without a partner. Notice how he's staying tight. He's staying low. His shoulders underneath my butt. He's attacking knees here. He doesn't want to climb up high. If he does climb up high, I'm just going to reach back for this wizard, and now I'm going to be able to crank him down and be able to get my leg out. Okay, so we don't climb up to the body from there. We stay low and start attacking knees.
Or something else you didn't explain. So when I pick up this leg, right, he pinches it with his leg. So yeah, because if he doesn't pinch it, it's just gonna slide out. So you want to pinch this with your leg and your chest between that, so it's gonna slide out, and then you can climb up the body. There you go.
Yeah, these are small things that, you know, sometimes we take for granted. And just saying, make sure you stay low, make sure you stay low. You stay low for that leg. Okay? 5 times on one. Real quick. And let me go. Oh, that's my fault. All right. Okay, that's your back step finish. Something that, you know, when we go over single legs, when we're actually in the room with the kids, this is how we're looking to finish automatically off this single leg. Okay, any questions on that? Okay. Good. So again, that's your back step finish. Second kind of finish that we could use from this position, and in all honesty, those of you who have really tried to beat a shin wizard, you start realizing that it's really not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to do, and a lot of times we'll find ourselves. Turn a little bit more. A lot of times we'll find ourselves, we'll find ourselves here behind this leg, and now we pick this leg up, and you see guys going like this, guys going like this, and this guy's just pressuring. Meanwhile, we're wasting a whole lot of time here if we needed a takedown to go ahead and try to finish this. This is not good, right? Circle up. Right? This is the position we end up in, and then you see guys going like this. I can't beat it. I can't beat it. Okay? What's the reason we can't beat it? Okay? If he has a really good grip on the shin wizard, okay, you got 2 bones in your forearm. Okay, you have your radius bone and you have your ulnar bone. Those 2 bones are really, really strong and takes a lot of pressure to break those bones. Okay, so imagine your body and he's just sticking his hand, holding onto his shin, and now you're trying to break that bone. It's not really going to work. It's not enough pressure. Okay, so what do we do from there? I like to take the idea of just trying to put him into a split. Okay, trying to spread his legs out, kind of loosening up that wizard a little bit so that I'm able to go ahead and table that leg and continue on my finish. What does that look like? So we're in on a single leg, okay? We're in on his leg. I kind of backstep and get my knee here, but I can't get it. So what I want to do is with this back knee, I want to take his foot and straighten it. So with my knee, I circle back to the front. At the same time, I'm pulling that leg. I'm pulling it, okay? And now this is the position that he ends up in. Straight leg, he's sitting down, and as I'm low, I'm able to go ahead and pick his leg up and go ahead and try to finish, okay? Again, I'm in on his leg. I go ahead and backstep, trying to get behind it. I can't finish it. I want to take his foot and straighten his leg out. How do I do that? I take my knee and I move his foot and I move it and I move it. And now his foot's straight. Okay, look at his position. His leg is straight. He's kind of sitting on his butt. One of my 3 wrestling commandments that is not good to do, wrestling from your butt. So once I'm in here and I've moved it, I want to go ahead and table that leg again, get to my feet, and now I'm going to run him down. Whether I want to go ahead and get back here, or I just kind of pick his leg up, run him down, make him kind of wheelbarrow a little bit, and make him hold his balance a little bit. Okay, so again, we're in on his leg. I'm in on his leg. I'll do it on the other side. I do want to go ahead and still back step. Okay, I do want to get here, get my foot here. But now if I get stuck, I need to take this ankle and move it, and move it, and move it back to the front. Until that leg can get straight, I put him in a split, and then from here, I'm just coming up. I come up, I stay tight on his leg again. I'm always attacking his knee. Okay, stay low, turn around. Once I get here, I'm not just being lazy and standing straight up. I'm staying low on this, I stay attacking his knee, okay, and then I climb up his body, being able to go ahead and attack his hips for that takedown. Okay, I'll have Tyler do this a couple times. You got something?
I'm getting old.
Yeah, you are getting old.
Can't do a split anymore.
Okay, so the goal in this technique is to get your guy to split. Okay, there's not many wrestlers that can split. If you can split, great. But this is a really good technique. Sole purpose of just loosening up that shin wizard.
And make sure you guys don't just, when you're here, make sure you just don't stay there the whole time. He's gonna start attacking hands, so make sure you just lift it up.
We want to get this leg off the mat as quickly as we can. Okay, even if it's to get to here. Right now his weight is going backwards. Okay, he can still go ahead and fight my hands from here. Okay, there are a lot of things I can do from here if he wants to play with my hands, but I definitely want to get as high as I can. Make sure I can stay low, attacking his knee, and then I start climbing up his body, attacking his hips, getting to those knees, and then finishing from there. Okay? I'll have Tyler do this a couple times. If you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask away. And for you freestylers, generally you try to go right into a leg lace from there. As a good freestyler, not that I was a good freestyler, but as somebody who's knowledgeable about freestyle, what generally should happen in that position is that guy who's giving up the leg would end up going into a tripod and trying to delay or extend that scramble a little bit. And hopefully I can hold myself in that quad pod as long as I can. I'm just trying to make it difficult for him to score. So I'll show what I'm supposed to do if we were training in freestyle, just so that he knows what kind of feel he would get, in a freestyle match. Normally I'd get here, I'd want to put my foot back down on the mat if I can and hold this position. Tyler has to do a good job of kind of climbing on my body, putting pressure so that I can walk on my hands, put pressure, and then he's going to go in for this leg lace here. And I just countered him because this is what he does to me when he slams me. I scored 2 points in freestyle. That's how that works.
I have big feet, you said.
Okay. You have any questions on that finish? Okay, again, very important, and I'll show this without me actually in on his leg. Turn this way. Yeah. So I'm in on a single leg. He has a shin wizard. Okay? He has his shin wizard. He's putting a lot of weight with his hips onto my shoulders. Okay, what I want to do is I want to get my knee inside. I want to take this leg and start bringing it to the front, bringing it to the front, bringing it to the front until he's in the split. Right? By this time, I should be nice and low on his legs, and I should be able to go ahead and pick up his ankle, get to my feet, and then start picking up the pace to finish that single leg. Okay. Ahmed, what's up, Mohammed? Long time no see, brother. Okay. Good. We'll move on. Another position we kind of get stuck in. This is a little bit more technical, I think. It's I want to say it could be awkward for some, but it's a real efficient way to kind of stay close on this single leg, so you don't lose somebody. It'll avoid possible spladles and other scramble type moves that your opponent can do. So a lot of times we get stuck in this position where we're here. Now this guy goes. Well, let me preview this technique with this. There's a time to let go of the leg, right, and kind of adjust and continue a technique. And there's obviously a time not to let go of the leg, and those times could be pretty dangerous for you. So we have to kind of figure out and know more of a field type situation when you're in a wrestling match. When do I let go of his leg? And it's not completely letting it go. I'm going from a lock to now I need to be able to go ahead and post and start creating a little bit of height, here. Okay, so a lot of times we'll get into the single leg, and now this guy sprawls really hard, and I don't want to stay under here, but I want to finish. Okay, so I want to be able to post and come up. Now, what happens a lot of the times from this situation is we get kids that'll go ahead and post his inside leg up, and just exactly what he's going to do, he's going to go ahead and reach for that back side, and we get stuck here. Okay, the other thing that can happen from here, if you have a pretty slick guy, is this guy will end up going to a spladle. So Tyler might just go ahead and sit on his hip, right? He'll kind of go switch position. He'll switch on this side.
You're asking me.
Yep. He'll end up coming here. He'll start pulling my leg. Pulling my leg. I'll fall to his hip, and now he's going to sneak, and I'm stuck in this spladle. Okay? And that all happens because we have the wrong leg up at that time. Okay? We have the wrong leg up. Once we can't backstep anymore, then I call it switching my knees. We got to switch our knees. Okay? So we go, I try to go backstep. He stopped me from here. He cleared my elbow. Now once we're in this position, this outside knee for me has to come down. Or this inside knee has to come down. And then I switch. And then my outside leg comes up. This allows me to keep some height in here. Okay? And work on my next technique. And it allows me to be able to follow him a lot better that way. Again, remember what I said in the beginning about how I use my arms and how I use my hands like fish hooks, right? So when I get to Tyler's leg here, pay attention to how my hand is. My elbow's in, and I'm just hooking his leg. Elbows in, strong. Arms extended, weak. Arms in, strong. Short arms. Long arms, weak. So when I get here, I'm not here with my arm extended, right? I'm pulling in. I have this in, my elbow's close to my body, and I'm able to just follow him this way. I'm able to follow. Okay? A lot of different ways we can finish there. We can come out the back. Okay? We can get up to our feet and go ahead inside Barzagar or double leg with your head inside. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to hook his foot and then bring his foot to me, just like we did on that straight leg. So what happens on this technique is I need to catch up to him. I keep this here. I want to be able to circle, maybe take a big step and get behind his foot. Okay, plant my foot, And what I do now is I drag my foot and get my knees together. I drag, I get my knees together, and now he's extended, or this is where he's gonna fall, and now I'm able to go ahead and attack him from here. Okay? So, what does it look like? I'm in this position, I got the wrong leg up, he starts circling away, I need to catch up to him, my knee switch, I post, and my knee switch. Okay? I'm in this position, he starts getting away, I gotta let go to post, knee switch to the outside, and I'm able to go ahead and follow him that way. Okay? We're in on his leg. After I've circled, and we can circle. I want to be able to go ahead and catch this foot. Okay, immediately, I'm going to go ahead and bring my knees together. I drag my foot on the ground, I hook his leg, and I get my knees together. That's going to get his leg straight. That's going to get him to fall. And now I can go ahead and attack him for this takedown. Okay? Again, one more time, and then I'll have time to do it a couple times. We're in on his leg. I was in on this regular single leg. He's starting to get away from me. Okay? I need to post. I need to hook this leg. I need to switch my knees. I need to start chasing him. Get to his foot. I want to now bring my knees together. I pull. Bring my knees together. My head kind of pops up. And now I'm able to go ahead and attack him from here. Okay. Let me do this direction so you guys can see where my head is and how I'm kind of pulling his foot in. Got in his position. Once I chase him, I take a big step, put my foot down, hook it, right? I start pulling, pull, bring my knees together, right? Right now my knees together, pop my head up, and now he's just gonna fall out. Look at the position he's in, he's spread out. And now, think about this, we have options. I can go ahead and attack and get to a Navy, right? Put him on his back, okay? In freestyle, I'm hooking his leg already, and there's not much left to do, but go ahead and grab that foot. And then I'm able to go ahead and leg lace from there, okay? I'll have him do this a couple times. In the meantime, you guys can go ahead and try it. If you have a partner at home, if you don't, this is what it looks like. Here, I'm in on that leg. My opponent's trying to get away from me. I move. I hook. I slide. Bring my knees together. Then I push in. Okay? From here, I'm trying to circle. I switch my knees. Hook. Bring my knees together. Here. Switch my knees. Circle. Hook. Pull. Bring my knees together. By that time, he should be in a pretty good split and just a little bit off balance. And hopefully we can get to a leg lace there from freestyle. And then folk style, hopefully we can climb up to a Navy and go and get some back punch from there.
So here.
This thing is up first.
Yeah.
Once you start feeling this, switch your knees. Go, hook, pull. Yeah, put these together. Here it is.
Like up. Here.
Pull. Straighten it. Right now my leg is straight. Let's turn a little bit. This is a position that you should kind of be in. He's pinching my ankle with his knees. He has it kind of hooked right now. And then all he has to do from here is pick his head up and start pushing in. And then he's going to go to this Navy in folk style so that he can come off this ankle now. Right, come off, elevate, and now I'm stuck here. Let me try to get that hook. It's not sticky. In my hand, it's sticking in my ankle.
And it's not sticky, it goes anywhere.
Yeah.
I know the jump up and that's what happened.
So, how would you drill this? I gotta be a good partner. I have my partner in on the leg. I need to start circling like I want to defend, start chasing his leg. Okay? So what I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna start chasing. He finishes his knees, he goes, hooks, he pulls, my leg is straight, he pops his head up, I'm falling right into that navy, and then we can go from there. Go 3 more times. One more time. Okay, so that's just to hook the leg, bring your knees back. Again, very important that when we stepped on that foot, okay, we're dragging it, knees come together. We step, drag, knees come together. Now I can go ahead and attack from here. We have a little bit of time. I'm gonna have Tyler go grab a drink real quick, and then we'll finish on our last technique from there.
Anyway, have water.
So,
Unless you want water.
important. Single leg position is one of the toughest positions to execute. It's one of the toughest positions for kids to learn and learn how to finish. It takes a lot of repetition. More important on the finish is how deep you get in on that leg to give you a head start. So start chasing that backside, okay, so we can avoid, kind of staying underneath our opponent and enduring a lot of pressure that our opponent gives us. So, two good ways. So far, three pretty cool things we could do. One back step, we can beat that shin wizard with that back step. The second one, getting our knee behind, one knee behind, and start walking that leg so that we can go ahead and straighten his leg out and be able to pull up table and finish. This one here, this guy decides to want to start moving away and chasing. I have to switch my knees. Okay, I have to switch my knees as quickly as I can. Go from inside leg. If he starts chasing his leg, drop it and start coming back out that far side. Okay. Last one here. It's going to kind of be in the same position that we just did where we hooked the foot, except we're not going to hook. I'm going to go ahead and drive my knee across his body and come out on that far side. Okay. So we're in that same position. We're in the same position here, okay? And I start feeling him wanting to go chase my legs. I push my knees. I step up. I want to go ahead and move. I can't chase him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right knee and slide it across his body. My head is going to stay up. I'm going to take that right knee and slide it across his body. So that I can go ahead and finish the takedown. Okay. Again. Once I'm able to go ahead and I feel the time where I can do it, I have this outside leg up. I'm constantly pulling this leg in. From here, I'm going to go ahead and tripod to have a little bit of room. I tripod, I slide back, and I get into this double leg finish. Okay. I'm going to do this a little bit quicker, not too quickly. just so you see what it looks like a little bit quicker. Right, we're here, I start changing. Right back out. We go to the far side. In order to execute this technique, it becomes extremely important, guys. Our head has to stay up. Again, I'm using my head to kind of stop him from fully sprawling out. Right, my head is nice and tight in here, and that's going to give me my opening to go ahead and pop out that far side. Okay, again, we're in on his leg. I switch my knees. I chase him, I chase him, I chase him. Come back. Finish that double leg. Depending on how he lands, I'm normally going to want to go straight to a Turk from there and get some back points. You got a question?
No.
Huh?
No.
Okay. I'll have Tyler do this a couple times. You got this?
Yeah, yeah, it's one of my moves. Right, that's one thing. Oh, I used to hit this before time.
And again, we want to finish in a Turk there, so we can attempt to try to get more back points or some back points. Okay, don't just settle for a takedown here. Okay, you have your opponent in danger. You have your opponent in danger. One of the worst things that you could do. Is it a bad thing? It's not a bad thing, but for me, it's a dumb thing. It's a dumb thing for me if you got your opponent on your hips to just bail out and let this guy slow you down without kind of putting him in danger. Okay? So if we do get in this position, stay disciplined here. Stay disciplined. Keep your shoulder in. Right? Lift those legs up. Can't get those back points. If you can't get those back points, then Tyler's just going to go back. Tyler will just go and start working for a Turk from here. Okay? Lift those legs. Get in between. And now you can start get into your Turk position from here. Okay. So that's I don't know if there's a name for that. It's just attacking that side and then completely changing direction and cutting back across his body, popping my head up, being able to finish that double leg. Okay. We're almost out of time here. How else can we finish? Okay, I showed one. You could go ahead and once we switch our knees and start chasing this guy, we can go ahead and come out the back. Okay, one thing I will say from here is when you come out the back, do not leave this post hand down. That's what's going to happen. Okay, can I counter this? Yes, I can counter this. I'll show it just for fun here. Okay, so he has my arm in here. It's trapped. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and re-grab him. I want to grab the opposite arm, the opposite side. I grab it, okay? I go ahead, get him here, and now I have him in this position in danger, where if I keep pushing, he's probably going to let go because he's panicking, and then I'll just end up turning to his legs and finishing. Okay, but right now I just want to make sure I can keep his leg. I'm putting pressure on him. I'm putting pressure on him. Eventually, he might let go, and I can go ahead and turn on his legs from here. Okay? If we don't get our arm shut, so what we want to do off that finish, I'm not going to get super detailed on it. Just go over a couple key points here. When we come out the back here, okay, we don't want to hang this arm. As soon as I get him up, this arm clears. I got to clear my shoulder, get to this heel, and seatbelt it right to my hip. Go elbow deep. Okay? Now, it's just slow turn. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. He's on his back. I can go ahead and sit here, put him on his back. Right now he's pinned. Generally, guys, I'll let go from here, where I can go ahead and turn towards his legs. Okay, again. I come out the back, I clear this elbow. Come out the back, I get this hand off the mat. Come up, attack his heel. So the same leg that I'm attacking, I want to go ahead and attack that heel, bring his knee or his ankle straight to my hip, pull it. Yeah, see how his body moves? Now I can go deep. This arm I can probably slide out, get into this position. Now I have the best cradle in the world, one that nobody can get out of, bottom leg cradle. Okay, come in and go. One more time.
He's one like that.
I come out and start coming out this back after I start attacking him. I'm here. I got to get this arm off the mat. I can't leave it here. If I start feeling me go for it, I got to move it. Attack his heel. Heel comes to my hip. Heel comes to my hip. Okay, do me a favor. Guys, don't do this. Okay? This takes a lot of time. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like finishing like this, but it just takes time. We got to straighten his leg. We got to go ahead and hook it. We got to go ahead and push his knee out. Okay, get my head out. I don't like wrestling from my butt. I'm not a big fan of wrestling from my hips. So I try to keep my height as much as I can. Okay? I move him around. I don't want to move my body. I just created a good position where I got my height. I don't want to put myself back down on the mat. Okay? Do guys finish from there? Yes. Is it effective? It's pretty effective. It's just, again, a preference. I don't like wrestling on my hips or my side or my butt. Okay? One last time. As I come out, I want to get rid of this post hand. I post, I come out, I get to his ankle. Okay? I bring his ankle straight to my hip. Watch his body move. His body's now on the side, and it's not over me. And now I can just take my time. I can go ahead and sit back if I need to. Right now, I feel him kind of letting go. There goes my takedown. Okay. And go. Finishing from there. Okay. So there's more finishes from there. Guys, we can go over a lot of things. We can go over some more. What do people call it? Cutting edge type things. Okay, I don't understand what cutting edge is. I want to score points. Okay, I want to be as efficient as I can be. I don't want that cutting edge thing that's going to take me a long time to finish. Okay, you don't need super moves. You don't need wow moves that make the crowd go wow. That's what we call them. What you need to do is be as basic as you can, stay in the best possible position that you can, and then go ahead and execute. That's what the best wrestlers in the world do. Okay, if you watch, again, I watch a lot of high-level wrestling. High level for me is world-level wrestlers, Olympic-level wrestlers. They're kind of one and the same. And if you watch these guys, somebody may say, wow, these guys are boring. They don't really do much. It's not boring. Okay, it's not boring. It's perfect. It's a beautiful dance. It's two guys trying to figure out a way how to manipulate each other in the most basic way and then explode on an attack and then just be efficient, right? You want to be able to get in, finish cleanly, finish quickly, okay? You don't really want to waste too much time in trying to finish, especially when you've gotten underneath your opponent. So that's our single leg finishes for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next Thursday, we're back at it, 6 o'clock. My buddy here is taking over class on Thursday, so I'm going to end up being his dummy on Thursday. I'm not sure yet what we're going to do on Thursday, but again, it's going to be something that's efficient, something that we can do that is a good percentage that we're going to be able to score. We don't want to be in too many 50-50 situations. Those are not good percentages. 80-20, right? 90-10. Get as close to 100%. You take a shot, you finish immediately and quickly and efficiently. We talked about the other day, maybe one of the first days 2 weeks ago, about learning how to be a little bit more patient, picking your shots a little bit better, just being effective in what you're doing. A lot of guys move around and kind of shake and move and shake and move. And, you know, for me, it's a whole lot of motion with no purpose, you know. Have a purpose in everything that you do. Have a purpose of why you grab somebody, why you go inside control, why you grab the wrist, why you attack elbows, why you go ahead and club. Have a purpose in why you move left or right, why you level change. All of these things have a purpose. You don't just create motion for the sake of creating motion. That doesn't get you anywhere. There has to be a purpose in what you're doing in wrestling. Everything you do, every step you take, every level change, every circle, everything that you do in a wrestling match needs to have a purpose. And you're not just trying to do things because that's what you feel the right thing to do at the time is. Okay? Have a purpose. Have a purpose in your wrestling. It's probably the lesson for today, or a mental lesson for today. Have a purpose in everything you do. Every time you grab somebody, why are you grabbing them? What is the purpose of getting to that guy's head? What's the purpose of getting to an outside elbow control? What's the purpose of snapping somebody down? Okay? Purpose. Your wrestling has to have a purpose. Your hand fighting has to have a purpose. Your level changes have to have a purpose. Your left and right lateral motions have to have a purpose. Okay, your fakes have to have a purpose, not just a fake, but it has a purpose. If we can start thinking this way and adjusting our wrestling to, again, everything we do has a purpose. You're not just putting your hands on somebody just to say, oh, I touched them. Right? We don't want to get to touch people in wrestling. We want to take them down, score points, and win. Okay, so anything?
Nope.
Mind of Tyler?
Okay.
Good. Tyler's good. He has nothing philosophical to add to the end of our training session. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. We're going to start gearing workouts so that you guys can go ahead and do them at home. We'll try to do some techniques that you can also do on your own if you don't have somebody at home. And we'll take it from there. Stay busy. Okay, stay busy. Whether you're at home in your backyard, everybody has an opportunity to get ahead at this point in time. There are a lot of kids that are sitting at home and just happy that there's a break. It's a good thing you had a break, not a 5, 10, 15, 20-week break. There are things you could do at home to stay ahead of the game, to stay ahead of your opponents. There are things you can do alone at home that can get you a little bit better every single day. That's the goal during this time, not to fall behind, but to do everything possible that you can to be able to stay ahead of the game, stay ahead of your opponents, and be ready to rock and fire, when it's time to come back to wrestling. So, again, I hope you enjoyed it. We're back on Thursday. Tyler's running class on Thursday, and we'll take it from there. All right? Thanks for joining us today.